Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and I'm doing my unboxing today. This is my sCreek from Lion's brand. Oh, so stay tuned. Hello, it's Kimberly with Knit for Brains. Look at this. Oh, you guys, this might be the heaviest box of yarns that I've ever got. Ooh, the Brit was like, I said, I told you this was coming. I warned you. I did. I warned you that it was coming. This is my Lion's brand sCreek Bonanza. Remember this a couple weeks ago, you guys? 12 skeins, six skeins for $12. 6 skeins for $12. That came out to $2 a skein. We ran for it, people. We did. Y'all were like, there's not a lot of colors left. There wasn't. Y'all have been asking, are they discontinuing this yarn? I don't know. But I will tell you what I did do. I did a little bit of investigative research. I found out who the CEO of Lion's brand was, because yes, I am that person. And I reached out to him and said, what's up with this sCreek yarn? Are you getting rid of it or what? I haven't heard back, but you know, as soon as I do, I'm going to let you know. Nice. So this was my first. Now remember, these came out to $2 per skein. You had to pay for shipping, but I did not care. This is not available in stores. This is, well, it's not available in stores. I only saw it one time, and I bought the skein, and it was called Bob's Garage. People are like, I've never seen that. So what I think happened with that is somebody bought it online, didn't like it, whatever, returned it to Michael's. Michael took it, and then they discounted it. I think that's what happened. If I'm wrong, if you guys have seen it in the stores, comment below and let me know. I never, ever saw it in the stores. But here's what I got. So I got 3 skeins of the boho brown, which I haven't actually used before, so I'm excited about. Well, should I go in what I just grabbed? All right, I just grabbed Johnny's sweater. No, Finding David. This is Finding David. It's kind of a heather brown or heather gray. Love this color. I love this color. So I got 5 of this. So we'll just do a little review. Once again, this is a weight of a 4. It is 372 yards, 200 grams per skein. All right. It is 340 meters and 7 ounces. Again, it is a weight of 4. It's 100% acrylic, but I am loving this. As you guys know, I've made sweater. Well, I haven't made any sweaters. I started doing some pillows. I've made 2 Afghans with this. Love, love, love this stuff. But you could absolutely make a sweater with this. Somebody's like, does it wash up well? Yes. Yes, it does. This is a great Afghan yarn. You just throw it in the washer and it doesn't pill. I just pulled a little piece of cardboard off. Doesn't pill, doesn't fuzz, doesn't split when you're working it. Really, really good. And I gotta think there's no indication that they're discontinuing this. I think they just get a big old shipment in, and then, you know, they sell it, and then they move on, and then they just move things in and out. Because yarn is seasonal, right? You know, like every year you have the spring and the winter and the fall and the summer, and yarns come in. We know right now we're dealing with all those yarns from Michael's that are in the summer category, making things for like spring and summer. So it changes. That's what I think is happening with these. But I will keep you, you know, tuned in, because me and Lion Brand and the CEO are just like this. This is me and this is Mr. Lion Brand over here. So I'm not going to give you his name until I hear back from him. But I did send him a really nice long email. I even sent him a link to the YouTube channel. You know, stranger things have happened. I had an incident last year. All right, this is called Boho Brown, and I actually didn't use this before, but I really like it. So if you ever watch the show, the daughter always is really into the boho, and she always has like the big floppy hats and stuff like that. So I think that's where this color came from. I would presume, I think somebody even said once on the website that they made a big floppy hat out of this. I won't, but that's okay. It's just a nice, just a brown, kind of like a toffee brown kind of a color. But it's really cool. I like it. Oh God, I just love this yarn. I told him and I said, dude, if you discontinue this yarn, it's going to be Yarnageddon. That was my word. And I thought that was such a great word. Yarn-ageddon. And I said, if this is what's going to happen, you need to prepare us for Yarn-ageddon. Maybe I put enough scare into him that they won't discontinue it. This one is called Shared Wall, and I just love this. It's a real pretty, kind of a teal. Yeah, it's just a nice teal color. And, but you can see that. So again, I got these skeins all $2 a piece. So there's 3 here. And that was it out of this box. So I got 4 boho brown, 5 Finding David, and then 3 of this guy. But wait, there's more, just like they say on TV. So this box showed up yesterday, and I waited to open up the small box until the big box came because I wanted to open them all up together. I placed both orders in one day. I had a little bit of FOMO going on when y'all were jumping in and ordering. And I was like, ooh, I better make sure I did get everything that I wanted. So yes, I know. Some of the colors were out of stock. Some were limited. Because I was going through the same thing. It wasn't me grabbing it all. You know, I put stuff in my cart, and then all of a sudden the price would change. I'm like, what happened? Well, they sold out one of the colors that I wanted, and then suddenly that changed my quantities, and then if your quantities weren't right, then the pricing wasn't right. Sorry. So that was an issue. I've never gotten such a big box of yarn. This is a new thing for me. Seriously, I've never gotten this much before. I close my craft room doors so that Britt doesn't hear me. Okay, what did we get in here? First thing I got, I got Shared Wall, so I got another 3 skeins of Shared Wall. Here's my little receipt. No, I probably got more. Yeah, there's some loose ones in here. So I got another 4. So here's 3. This is Shared Wall. You got to watch the show, people. Are you watching the show? Have you seen it? I actually have it on DVD in the box set. But the other day, after I placed this order, I was just like, I'm kind of missing the show again. And so I went down and I binged watched it as I was crocheting, thinking, I just love this show. Oh, and here's the thing. If you watch the show, there is a general store, which, watch it all the way through, and David ends up taking the general store and he turns it into like Rose Apothecary. If you've seen it all the way through, that's like a spoiler alert or anything. Because there is a yarn called Rose Apothecary, which I don't think I ordered any, but it's real pretty. It's like a mauve color, like a rose color, right? But before he switches it over, the general store is where they get their groceries and their sundries and stuff like that. And I was watching it, and as I walk in the store, there's this one whole shelf on the side. It's got all yarn. It's all yarn, people. So this is in the earlier, like in season 1, maybe into season 2, before he switches over the store. But there's a whole thing of yarn. And my head went, boom! I wonder if that's where Lions Brand got the idea. And they said, ooh, there's yarn. And then I just thought it was brilliant marketing. Brilliant marketing. But I was like, there's yarn in that store. I could have lived in that town in Schitt's Creek solely because there was yarn. But even more so now. All right, so just digressing a little bit. This color here is a real pretty, this is called the Rosebud Motel. And that's what's on the label is the picture. Let me see if I can find a loose one I can show you. It's that guy. So it's that color right there of the motel sign. That's what we're shooting for. Okay, so this color is just a really pretty burgundy, and it's called Rosebud Motel. Really pretty. 3 of those. More. This one is called Cafe Tropical, I think. Well, let me just look at the little thing here. Baby Blue, Boho Brown, the Premier. It's not the Cafe Tropical. Cafe Tropical. Just a nice Kelly green. This is the color of the restaurant that they always go into and dine. It's got a tropic feel to it. A little bit of trivia, in case you didn't already know this. So you know that the dad in this show is played by Eugene Levy, right? Or Levy, depending how you say it. David, who is his son in real life, all right? But the girl who, her name escapes me for the moment, but the waitress, it was out. The waitress in Cafe Tropical there is his sister. So Eugene Levy and his 2 kids are in the show. One is David, and then one is the girl, the waitress in Cafe Tropical. A little bit of trivia for you, right? Pretty cool. Didn't think you knew that. Because I didn't, you look at David and you look at Eugene Levy and you go, oh, totally related. But you look at her and you're like, I wouldn't really have seen that as much. I think it's the eyebrow, that they have the heavy eyebrow. Maybe she doesn't. All right, so that's Cafe Tropic. This one is called, is it Black Crows? Just as plain old black, which, not a big fan of black. I just did a huge Afghan in black. But it was not bad. It was not bad using this. This is called Black Crow. Okay. And if you know anything about that, Moira, the mother, she dresses real, which is Kathleen O'Hara. She dresses real kind of goth and very dramatic because she's an actress. And she has this outfit that has like all these crows and stuff on it. And there's like a tie-in with crows. So this is just a true up black crow. Oh boy. All right. One of my absolute favorite episodes, I think it was the one, sorry, this is falling over here. Momentary. There we go. One of my all-time favorite episodes was the one where Moira and David, so the mother and son, cook together and they're making chicken enchiladas and they don't have a kitchen to cook in the hotel, so they go to the friend's house and they say, we want to use your kitchen. They're like, no, please don't use my kitchen because, whatever. But they end up getting to use the kitchen. And so the episode is called Fold in the Cheese. And they're following the recipe and they don't know really what they're doing. And so in the recipe it says fold in the cheese. And David's like, how do you fold it in? Like, like in half, in quarters, origami. And I think it was that episode that I was like, that made me laugh. And I thought, So I think I probably went backwards a little bit, or maybe I just kept going forward. But it was that episode that made me really pay attention to the show and go, I like this show. So this, tying in, this skein right here is called Fold in the Cheese. And I got 4 skeins of this. Just a nice pale butter yellow. Really pretty. And then it's, of course, this. All right. I got another 3 skeins of the boho brown, so that's nice. I think probably what I'm gonna do with this is I really loved making those Afghans, the mix and match Afghans that I did last year. We just do the different strips, and what's so great is you can make a strip and then just like kind of let it sit there and simmer, and then come up with another idea, right? And it made this great, beautiful Afghan. So I think what I might do is just, when I get bored, as if that's ever going to happen, or I have nothing to crochet, as if that's ever going to happen, I might just grab a skein of this, grab the book, make a strip, and just go, all right. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing with this. And believe it or not, the Afghan that I made, it took like 6, 7, or no, probably closer to 8 skeins. So as much as this looks like, in, bulk size, I'm probably talking maybe 2, 3 Afghans in all of this. Not terrible, I don't think. But the 2 that I made, I gave them both away. So what I make for myself, the next time around, I'm going to keep for myself. Because I never keep Afghans. I made this one, right? Which is great. But, it's bright. This was my COVID Afghan. This was when I really, really started getting into crochet, was during COVID. I mean, I was into it before, but not as crazy as I was, because I just needed my sanity. As I said before, I worked in healthcare, and the world was it was crazy. And I worked on the floor with new moms and babies as a lactation consultant. So you're on the happy floor. And it was so not happy. Like, I had to go see some moms in the intensive care unit for a variety of reasons, and then you see the people that are there and they can't see their families, and then there was one time where dads couldn't even be in the hospital when moms were having the babies. So I had to hold babies up to the window so dad could see the baby downstairs, and there were grandparents standing there holding up signs, and I would go home crying. It was so heavy on me. And on my heart, it was just awful. I came home a couple times with way too many bottles of wine. I'd stop at the grocery store and came out with 2 6-packs. My husband was like, what? I'm like, don't judge me. Don't judge me. And yeah, that was tough. So that's when I really kind of got into crochet, because I would just come home. I would usually take a nap on the couch because I was just so completely emotionally, mentally, and physically drained. And then I would binge watch episodes of Schitt's Creek and the Golden Girls. And that was my life for like 3 years. Yeah. But, I mean, I didn't have to quarantine for my family, so that was good. But I did have to come in the house. My husband would leave a towel outside. I would have to strip off all my clothes in the garage, wrap a towel around myself, run upstairs. All the doors were closed. I wasn't even sick, but you just don't know, you know? Run upstairs, take a shower every single day that I worked. That was my MO. And then I would be, you know, clean, and then I'd come downstairs, and, you know, then I get to kiss my husband and my son hello for the day. And it was a lot. So when I tell you that this show and Golden Girls and crochet got me through, no lie, it really was my sanity. It was my reality. I mean, it was just, I needed to step away from my reality. And the shows that I used to watch, binge watch, like Grey's Anatomy and New Amsterdam, and all those shows. Couldn't watch them. I didn't watch it for like 3 or 4 years. It was just too close to my reality. Anyways, so that was my little dark spot. But, you know, here we are on the other side of it. Everything's great and lovely. Anyways, so this color here, and I don't think I had many of these colors, so it's kind of fun. It's kind of a salmon-y coral-ish color, and this one is called Moira's Rose. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I love it. I love this color with this color. Aren't those pretty together? Uh-huh. Yeah, baby. I'm talking right now. And then maybe even folding in some cheese into that little mixture. This I'm thinking for an Afghan. And you know what? You can even bring in some brown. You could bring in some boho brown. That's all, you know, that's all right. You could do it. You can do anything you want. I'm excited about the possibilities. So this is Moira's Rose. I got 4 skeins of that. And then these are all my loose skeins in here because I ordered like 3s and 4s and stuff. So again, Rosebud Motel. Let's do this together, people. This one is called Bebe Blue. Bebe Blue. Now, I do have, I don't know why they didn't put this, maybe they just were loose, because I got 4 skeins of this. This was all down in here. So I got 4 of these. They didn't pack them in plastic, but, you know, that's okay. The ones that are plastic, I'm going to keep in plastic. I have a storage issue, people. I got a storage problem. That's for sure. This guy, I got 4 skeins of this. This is called The Premiere. The Premiere. I have some of these already. Because, you know, you can always just use a nice tan, right? A nice caramel tanny color. These guys. 1 more boho brown. Didn't have any of those. 1 more Cafe Tropics. And 1 more Black Rose. All of this. Okay, so let's do the math, people. So, this order here, the big order, I got 36 skeins. 36 skeins at $2 a piece. Let's do the math, people. $72. $72 for 36 skeins. I'm happy with that. Okay, and then the other one, whatever, I don't know where the receipt is. It's in here somewhere. Nope, that's another one. I don't know. So I think the other one was like maybe 30. So let's say $100 for all of this. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. All right, so what do we know about Lion's Brand? We love Lion's Brand. What do we know about Schitt's Creek? Schitt's Creek is Kimberly's favorite go-to acrylic. It's just my thing. It's my jam. This stuff is my jam. Is it being discontinued? We hope not. We hope not. Me and Mr. Lion Brand, we have opened up a dialogue. I've opened up a dialogue conversation with him. We'll see if it's reciprocated. But the moment that I hear back from him, I'm going to let you know. And I have to say, I have pretty good luck with these kind of things. I had an issue a few years back. We were traveling, and we had a luggage snafu, and we lost all of our luggage. And we were getting on a cruise, and they said, go and get yourself some luggage or some clothes, because we had nothing. Nothing showed up. We had no underwear, garments, makeup, dresses, clothes, t-shirts, tennis shoes, bathing suits, nothing. And we were getting on a cruise ship, and we got in at 9 o'clock that night. That was a whole snafu as well. And we were leaving at 11 o'clock the next morning. So they said, go find yourself a store that was close to 9 o'clock and be on the ship by 11. I'm like, what the heck? Where are we going to find this? But I did. I found a store. Now, granted, it was a Nordstrom's, but that was it. It was downtown in Vancouver, and there was no other stores around. And Nordstrom's, because I used to work at Nordstrom's, I knew they opened at 10. So we popped down there. 5 minutes before the store opened, they were opening the doors, and they're like, yeah, come on in. My husband and I got everything we needed, and we were out the door by 20 to 11. We were in the store by 10 o'clock, and we were out of the store in 40 minutes with everything that we needed. And yes, we dropped some cash, but the airline said that they would pay for it. That was a little bit of a snafu. Shame on that airlines who shall not be named, but it's named after the country that is north of the United States and kind of goes across, traverses across the whole entire United States. And its logo is a maple leaf and it's red, but I'm not naming any names. Shame on them. Anyways, I was able to get most of our money back for that. But the service was so incredible at the Nordstrom's where we went. So incredible that I reached out to, this is how it all ties together, I reached out to the owner, the CEO and president of Nordstrom, Mr. Pete Nordstrom himself. I emailed him, and do you know what happened? He emailed me back. Not only did he email me back once, but twice. I also emailed the store manager, and so everybody knew about the incredible service I got from the salespeople. They were unbelievable, so helpful, so wonderful, got us out the door, tissue paper wrapped, everything good to go. Then I sent an email, and Nordstrom's has a podcast called the Nordy Pod, and Pete Nordstrom interviewed me, little me, on the show to talk about our experience. So I do have a history of reaching out, doing a little bit of investigative reporting. Perhaps in my past life, I'm going to be giving a little bit away. I actually was an investigative reporter, and I had a talk show in a past life. So I do know how to get the information when I have to. And I had to. And I got it. And I got the money back for all of our luggage. And I got to be interviewed by Mr. Pete Nordstrom. And he could not have been a nicer guy. So me and Mr. Pete Nordstrom were just like this. Not like this, we're more like this. Because he knows me. So, I'm just saying, this could have been a good thing from Lion Brand. I'll keep you posted. All right, got to pack this stuff up. Got to find some storage, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I just wanted to share in the joy and the glory of opening up all of this fiber in my house. It is getting a little insane. I have to say, I gotta stop. I gotta stop for just a little bit and knit up some stuff and crochet some stuff and make my stash smaller so that I can keep ordering more yarn. But this is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. Make sure that you log into and sign up for our Facebook page, Kimberly with Knit for Brains. This is where I'm putting all of the patterns of the things that I create. If I didn't create it and I had to buy the pattern, I'm not including the free pattern, but I'm going to include the link so that you can go over there and take a look at the pattern if you want to. But if it's free, or if I made it myself, I'm posting them under the Files tab on the top of the page, and you can just go in there and get them. They are mine to give to you. If it's free and I found it, it's yours. If I created it, I'm giving them to you. I'm not selling my patterns. I'm just giving them to you. All right? So please go over there so that I can take a look at your creations and what you're doing, and we can all celebrate it and have fun together. And those numbers are growing as well. Numbers on this channel, y'all, have blown up. We have doubled our numbers in less than 1 month. Less than 1 month, we have doubled our numbers. So that says something. That says that you guys are out there, you're paying attention, you're liking, you're subscribing, you're sharing it with your friends. So please keep doing that, because that's allowing me to have more time to spend with you, less time to do all the other kooky stuff that I do. And we're having so much fun. More tutorials, more podcasts, more reviews. So tell your friends about us, but make sure you subscribe. Don't just come over and comment, but you got to subscribe. And that's how you get the notifications. So you hit the notification bell, and then everything that comes up, you'll be getting notified for. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for telling your friends. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. And as always, I'll see you soon.